let me show you a really cool reveal animation that you can do for your products. So follow along. If your clip has a little bit of movement, then make sure to stabilize it by going right here and clicking stabilize. Now this is optional in step 1. You can do any color adjustments that you need right here as well. Step 2. I'm gonna cut the clip and put the clean plate on the first layer. And I'm gonna set up the second clip with the object a few frames forward. Now we're gonna cut the extra and I'm gonna select both of these clips and turn them into a fusion clip. And here you can also rename your fusion clip. Now let's open our fusion clip. Inside Fusion, the first thing we're gonna do is add a background node, and I'm gonna select the color already. We're gonna drag a polygon mask right here, and we're gonna connect these to the background node. Now we're gonna draw a mask around our subject, and you can make these as perfect as you want it to be. After your first line is ready, we're gonna uncheck solid, and we're gonna connect these to our composition. And now you can adjust the border width and the softness of it. Now we're gonna animate the line. So at frame 0, we're gonna create a keyframe on the length, and then we're gonna bring it all the way to 0. And now we're gonna jump to frame 33 and set the length back to 1. We're gonna use the spline tool and adjust the curvature of our length animation. So selecting everything, press fit to screen, and then press F. Now press T and adjust the ease in and out values. After the first one is ready, you can simply copy and paste this node. All you have to do now is redraw the lines until you cover all the lines of your object. The next thing we're gonna add to make this look even better is a glow node. So press Ctrl spacebar and add a glow node. We're gonna right click on glow and we're gonna use a shake modifier. Now we're gonna go to modifiers and we're gonna change the minimum to be around 0.8, and then we're gonna bring the maximum a little bit lower than 1. The next step is to animate the merge node of the clip that has the object in it. For that, we're gonna go to frame 15 and create a keyframe on the blend and bring this all the way down to 0. Now go to frame 30 and we're gonna set the blend back to 1. Again, we're gonna use the spline tool and adjust the ease in and out values of the curve. If you're happy with the result, we can animate the outro or the lines disappearing. The easiest way to do this is to animate the blend on the merge node of the lines. So we're gonna set the first keyframe at 50. Now go 1 frame forward, bring these down a little bit. Now we're gonna move 1 more frame again, bring these up. Now 1 frame again and bring these down again, and so on, and do these for a couple of frames and then bring these back to 0. And that is how the outro flicker animation looked like for the lines. Now to create the zoom out that we have at the beginning, we're going to use a transform node and we're going to move the pivot point a little bit to the center of our object. We're going to increase the size to around 5 and then set the angle to 90. Now we're going to create 2 keyframes at 0 for both of these elements. And we're gonna go to frame 20 and bring these back to 1 and 0. Now let's adjust the curves by using the spline tool. So we're gonna press fit to screen first and select everything and press F. Now press T and make sure to set the ease out of the first keyframe to be really close to 0, and then set the ease in value of the second keyframe to be closer to 100. Now the last step in the transform node will be to add motion blur. So go to settings and add motion blur, and then play around here with the different values until you get something that you like. There's one extra thing that I did, which is adding a radial blur node. So let's add a radial node, and on frame 0, we're going to increase the value of the smooth strength and create a keyframe. Now we're going to go to frame 20, similar to the transform node, and set these all the way to 0. Again, we're going to use the spline tool and make the curves similar to the ones of the transform node. And that is how you can create this object reveal effect. Now I do have a longer video that shows this product reveal idea and also 2 more, but more in depth and in a bit of a slower pace. So if you want to get a few ideas and also learn about this process for those other 2, make sure to check out this video right here.